Hello all loonies and normals, my name is Joe Silver, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Day of the Tentacle and Monkey Island, The Secret of Monkey Island. Now both games were made by LucasArts, so and both are available on Steam. But let's start with Day of the Tentacle. Now they're both point and click games, but Day of the Tentacle, the story behind that is basically that a tentacle, don't ask me, drinks from a polluted stream, suddenly thinks itself quite intelligent and takes over the world. And your job is to go back in time and prevent it. like I said. Anyway, there are complications along the way, meaning that the three friends who are supposed to go back in time end up in three different time periods, one in the past, one in the future, one in the present, and by switching between them you have to do things to get to your aim. This game is set 20 years after the game Maniac Mansion and the events of that game. Now I never played that game, so I can't really tell you much about that one, but this is set 20 years after that. And it's really funny, and I think it was by Ron Gilbert, so it's, and honestly, like I said, it is a really silly, really funny game. Some of the things you have to do, you're like, really? It has you in stitches, I tell you. Well, it did me anyway. I played it and completed it, like I say, and I had great fun with it. I really enjoyed it. But I mean, I won't spoil it for you by telling you the ending or going on long time about it like I normally do. Honestly, just, you can get it on Steam. It will be the remastered version, obviously, but it doesn't lose anything in the quality. By being remastered. It is amazing. And I'll be honest, I had some great fun playing that game. It was hard, and there were bits where I had to sort of look up a walkthrough and go, well, what do I do here? What do I do here? Because some of the stuff they come up with, you're like, really? There's bits where you look and you think, well, I would never have thought of doing that. But just playing it really can be quite rewarding, quite enjoyable. So that's Day of the Tentacle. That's what that is about, basically, very basically. Let's go on to The Secret of Monkey Island. Now I'm sure we've all played and all heard of The Secret of Monkey Island. It's a well-known game. But just for those who may not have done, basically you are Guybrush Threepwood. That's who you are, and he's a wannabe pirate. So he sets off to Melee Island to become a pirate, and he's given 3 trials. He's told he's got to complete these 3 trials. Trials of treasure hunting, trial of the sword, and the trial of drinking, I think it was. I can't remember, but it's these 3 trials anyway, and you have to complete. Like I said, I can't remember what they are now properly, but of course you have to go through all sorts to get these trials done and to do them. It's so funny, and yeah, it's really good. And there's so many jokes and so many things. I mean, I'm sure we've all heard of the insult swordplay, where he says, "You fight like a dairy farmer," and he says, "How appropriate! You fight like a cow." It's so funny. Oh dear, there's silly humour in it like that. It's brilliant. Oh dear. I mean, again, it had me in stitches. They never took themselves too seriously at all. The stuff that going on. I mean, and like I said, you start out with this quest to become a pirate, but that changes when he meets Elaine Marley, the governor of Melee Island. Then the story takes a whole completely different turn, and you end up on Monkey Island. And it's so funny. then what happens from there on in as well. Again, like I said, not wanting to spoil the game, I won't tell you everything, but you know, it just can have you in stitches, these games. And this is why I love playing these games, and why I love talking about them to people, like, you know, to the people watching, because you can have real fun with these games, and they can have you in absolute stitches. I mean, some of the stuff that Guybrush gets into is hilarious, and I think they did actually make a sequel. Well, they made quite a few sequels actually, but they did make a sequel as well. The Treasure of Big Whoop was quite funny as well, and that one he starts on Scrub Island, I think it is, or Scab Island. I can't remember, but. But again, that's what I'm saying, these things were so funny. So yeah, they're both on Steam, so you can get them on there if you really want them, and please, I recommend that you do, because they are so silly, so funny, that they can have you in absolute stitches, as I think I've probably said more than enough times. But yeah, and to be honest with you, like I said, they're both LucasArts. And they have that LucasArts feel about them, but oh, I tell you, and there's plenty, like I said, there's plenty of Easter eggs in them as well that you can find if you know where to look. Now, I'm not going to tell you where to look, you're going to have to find them yourself, but you know, there's things like that, and I just remember playing these games, and like I said, a lot of you probably played them as a child, as children as well, because those games are classic games. But I just remember playing them and being in absolute stitches, you know, at some of the stuff that was going on. Anyway, that's all I'm going to talk about today. I've rambled on enough. So, if you've enjoyed the content, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and I've been Joe Silver. Goodbye.